Good morning. There you are. How you doing? You my good girl? Let me close the door so Big Boy doesn't come in. Hi. Good morning. I brought chicken. Chicken for my gray girl. Yeah, you want? You want chicken? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she says. That'd be good, Mom. Don and I have an outing planned today. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a bit. We're going to be taking Jules because Don's driving this morning. Hi, Morris. Good boy. Good boy. See? Yeah, the door didn't come down. Don will sort it. Or bring it down manually. Hey buddy, good morning. He goes, Mom, I got chicken. I deboned a whole chicken last night for you, buddy. Of course, not all in one meal. It is supposed to be a little cloudier today than yesterday, but 74 on tap. We're headed down east, so if anything, it'll be warmer, or as warm. It won't be cooler. Hey, Panther. You enjoy that chicken, buddy. Hold down the fort for me. Be a good boy, okay? See you this afternoon. Got some sky color this morning. Well, since Don's driving this morning, I can point east and show you the construction a little bit. All of the soundproofing wall is on the other side.
Well, there's no trucks or anything going on.
They're working on the left over there this morning. The other side is in, for lack, well, look, first off, it looked really wet down there.
It did.
There was lots of puddles, and the other side, they're having to remove the road and bring it down to where the road surface is. In other words, there's a lot of extra dirt over there they're having to remove. So they've mostly been working on that side. And remember, this is like one interchange of about, I'm just guessing, 15. So there's all the, you know, work along the overpasses along the way. Not just, obviously, here.
Yeah.
Don's getting to experience all of my morning fun. Well, that was a really interesting ride downtown today.
What?
I didn't realize I was going to be with Mario Andretti.
Oh, I got him there at 7:32. What time was I supposed to get him there?
Oh, yeah, 7:30. But considering we left about 5 minutes later than our normal late, you did, I guess you did good, I guess.
Well, I saw 7:35 was what the ETA was, so
Yeah.
somehow I picked up a little speed.
Yeah. So, we're headed to Bailey, North Carolina to the Homes for Bluebirds location to try to buy a couple of Bluebird boxes. And Dawn's picked out some place for us to walk over here as well. The Homes for Bluebirds used to sell them online. You could get 4 in a box for $100 back in the day. And we did that one time, but they don't sell, they don't ship them anymore. So if you want them, you got to go over to the nursery. I did say nursery, Donnie. That does imply. That implies plants.
They can keep their holes to themselves.
Anyway,
It's not springtime yet.
that's where. 74 today. I beg the differ. I beg the differ. Don says I have to turn off the rainbow. You're no fun.
I'm no fun.
Well, we already knew that. Boy, is it bright headed east. Yeah, I didn't pay super close attention, but we're only, what, 10 minutes away from dropping Johnny off, and it's 28 miles over to Bailey, so it's in the direction of Rocky Mount, but not as far.
Right. We've actually been to Baleen, didn't know it. We went to the Country Doctor Museum a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And they were closed, but the guy kind of let us see a little bit.
Yeah, we could walk around outside.
But it's in Bailey. I didn't know that until I looked last night.
Well, here it is. I mean, seriously, we knew about this place, but we've not been here. Well, aren't you glad that you didn't wash, Jules?
Yeah. Well, hey, we're going. We're putting it
Off-roading. You're off-roading it, Donnie. Well, there's our first Bluebird house here on the right. I'm sure it's a home for Bluebirds box. It is, but they need to maybe clean it out. I don't know, or some bird has carried in something. Yeah. But boy, would I have felt bad if you had washed, Jules.
Make me come all the way up here and get on the muddy dirt road. Yeah.
Yep, something like that. At least it ain't got potholes. It's been drug, you know. Now there's another Bluebird box. Well, I mean, it makes total sense. They like it out up against fields and.
Yeah, they like clearings.
They like clearings. That last one was crooked. I think they need you to come fix the pole for you. Here's a whole bunch with, you know, the white pipe is. Oh, here comes a doggy! Yay!
Oh God.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, spare.
Anyway, it's baffles to keep the snakes out of the houses. I don't know. Where there's people?
Yeah, I suppose.
I love it. I love it. Hey, buddy. He thought for 1 second about getting in the car, and I told him no, and he stopped right away. He's a good... well, I'm just assuming it's a boy based on the size, but I don't know that for a fact. So, Blueberries, which are for profit, and they sell plants, but not U-pick. And then Birdhouse is non-profit. And we got 4 for us and 1 for a friend and some more official cup inserts. And the doggy's name is Zach, and he's a real friendly lover pup. But he went and hopped in the golf cart because, you know, riding in the golf cart with Mom is a lot of fun. Here he comes.
Electric vehicles too.
Hey, Zach! You like your stick thrown? So the Bluebird boxes are made out of palumba wood. I don't think I've said it quite right. But it's a very fast growing tree. These are the trees right here. So apparently we have one of these. I'll have to look closer. We might have one of these at the on the Jeff Wells Trail. Anyway, it has this upright flower. It looks like a wisteria flower, but it's pointed up at the sky. The wide part's at the bottom. And anyway, it's a very fast-growing wood, and all the Bluebird boxes are made out of that. She said it lasts longer than cedar, and it grows so fast. It's a very renewable resource for them. So. The guy was over there at the shed. He was actually planing. Is that the right word?
He was
preparing the lumber for the boxes.
Yeah, he was sawing wood. Yeah. He was cutting down. Anyway, yes.
He was taking the outer part off, right? He was
right.
Getting it ready to run through the planer. He was getting ready. Yeah. Anyway. Well, Amy gave us lots of tips and some nice stories, and that was, boy, you know, buy local from the original source. We're so happy we drove out here this morning. She will sell them to you online. You should just call the number on the website. Homes for Bluebirds, Finch Nursery, Bailey, North Carolina. We're trying to find a bathroom. Yeah, the Hardee's is basically right here. We were seeing if there was a McDonald's, and there's not. And Bailey does not have a McDonald's.
Yeah.
I just hit hungry. Don was pulling out Google, kind of trying to figure out how to search on. I'm like, just hit hungry. See, up at the top when you slide. Well, it was there recents or whatever, but just slide it over and hungry. I'll show you everything nearby. 8 foot 6 inches, single lane. Don and I actually remember being through there before. It's a good size solar installation in through the woods there.
Yeah.
And there's conveniently a substation just up the road within walking distance.
Yeah.
We would definitely like to make a coffee exchange.
Yeah.
So we're here at the local park because we researched it before we came. Another gravel dirt road. Again, Bailey is awesome, but don't wash your car right before you come. So we're going to walk at Flower Hill Nature Preserve.
It's not a very big or long trail, but it's got a lot of elevation. They said it's a very rugged trail, but I mean, it's good to walk on, but not good for strollers and things of that nature.
Yeah, and we are picking up Johnny at 1 today, so I would say allotting an hour to get back downtown is probably about right. So we've got 2 hours and 15 minutes of time. Right. So this is Flower Hill Nature Preserve. It is hilly. There's room for 10 cars if people parked well. There was no picture on Google of the little parking spot, and there is a official park sign there.
Yeah, the trail is open actually, if it's parked over here. But you're good. It turns right.
Trail marker. Anyway, Don's taking a picture to put on Google reviews, Google Maps, because there's no picture of the parking area, and that is something people want to see when they're trying to decide if they're going to stop somewhere. So 10 acres purchased in 1989 by a bunch of people. The ones with the major contribution are listed. Well, there were lots of markers back there to get you started on the trail. Hopefully there'll be some additional ones along the way. Don says the trail is known for rhododendron April through May. So we're a little early even with this. You know, really folks, it's not supposed to be 73 in February. I hit a root. That hurt actually. Miss Amy over at the Bluebird Farm Nursery, Finch Nursery, said that we're in trouble if we don't get a few more hard frosts. Just because we had those couple of nights of severe cold. That was not enough. Not enough cold. And I'm sure she's right. And I hate fleas and other North Carolina bugs. So yes, please, a couple more nights of cold. This reminds me of Hemlock Bluffs Nature Preserve in Cary, or maybe Lake Johnson, which has some elevation in it too. Just watch out for the roots on the trail. That is a way far down there. You can see the rhododendron here. I'm not seeing the flowers yet forming on it.
Be very careful.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I don't see any flowers forming yet. I'm sure they're coming. Where's Rocco and his cute dog when we need him?
Yeah, really.
When we were,
these hills.
yeah, when we were up in the Blue Ridge and we went for the walk up to the mountain. I forget exactly where we were, what mountain we were on, or what mile marker we were at, but Rocco took us on that guided hike, which was a lot of fun. It was a workout though. Well, you tell Rocco the next time we go, I've been carrying a 10-pound weight vest now. I'm in even better shape.
Oh, we forgot our weight vest. Get our weight vest.
Oh, that's right. They are in the car. It never even occurred to me. I was in like vacation day hike mode versus get her done hike mode. Who are you worried about, me or you?
I'm worried about my ass.
He said if we go down, you know, we got to come back up. I'm like, are you looking at, first off, I would never admit it was a problem even if it was.
I know.
And second off, there's no way you're getting out of going wherever the trail goes. But I did stop for a minute, not because I needed to rest, but because I thought the view was really pretty at this particular spot of the water down below. I honestly have no clue how we're going to get back up, but we'll figure it out.
Way up there, sweetie.
I know that
it's... See this? Look at it, way up there.
Yeah, way up there. It was hard getting down, although it's harder on my knees going down than it is up. I had to take my glasses off too, you know, those reading glasses that never leave my face because it was causing depth perception problems.
You gotta watch your feet. It's
not
one of those things you can have your face buried in.
I don't like to take my glasses off, but I took them off. Yeah, the Nature Conservancy did good. Beautiful piece of property. Well, I guess we've come about as far as the trail's gonna go. It's kind of like down at Raven Rock. You can go out the back end away from the rock, but you're not gonna go too far. Not without real climbing equipment.
Right.
When you come to your local park, take a minute and pull out a couple pieces of privet. It's not much down here, so we're thinking that they probably have a crew that actually comes through and does it.
Somebody's been staying on top of it.
Because it would not look pretty like this if the privet had taken over. Yeah, Don says it's every bit as steep as we thought. We're almost at the top. My watch insulted me and asked me if I wanted to stop my walk. That was kind of mean. I bet there's many a youngin', though, that wasn't breathing hard but was flat on their backside. You really got to think how to prop your foot on the roots. Oh God, to make good progress. Wow. What's my heart say? Oh, it's asking me if I want to stop my workout. I don't want to stop my workout. My exercise ring is closed. That's good. Come on, show me my... It doesn't want to show me my details. No, I don't want to stop my walk. Can you not tell my heart's elevated watch?
104 beats per minute.
104, that's, no. No. His is 103 and mine's 154. I knew mine was up there. Coming back down now though. And I do like pushing myself, so I'm not complaining.
Yeah, let's do that with the weight vest.
Let's not say we did. I had enough trouble keeping my balance from not falling on my backside.
Yeah, it was.
And I have on my cat backpack, pocketbook thing that Michelle gave me, and I sure don't want to get any red mud on it. Falling, I'd be really upset. And no injuries that keep me off the trail this spring, because I'll make Don's life a living you know what. We'd be having to go to the park every day and he'd be having to push me in a wheelchair if I wasn't allowed to walk. I'd be so darn stubborn about it.
You'd probably still make me carry the weight vest.
I probably, yeah. Yeah, well, you'd be leaning on the wheelchair. Darn tootin'. That ain't gonna happen. You know, it'd be more my style to get one of those scooter things and rest my leg. Let the other leg do the walking. I don't care how hard it is. I had to stop and take off my outer jacket. All of a sudden I was warm. I wonder why. I have to tell you, the amount of trash we saw in the countryside today would make your stomach turn. It was just that bad. But we brought 3 things out that, you know, people that leave trash are not gonna walk in there on that harder trail. But we brought out the 3 things we came across, and Don's filling the trash bag up so we don't waste the whole trash bag. Because he's that kind of a guy. Well, he's cleaned the entire parking lot and the ditch. There's no trash can here, so we'll carry it out with us to some trash can, appropriate trash can somewhere.
I stopped it when I got here. So I got 24 heart points for that because of the elevation and stuff. We walked for 51 minutes, 30 seconds, 1.06 miles, 2,355 steps, and my maximum heart rate was 131. My average heart rate was 100.
Cool. Well, that's up for you, but that, again, the ground was rough and...
Yeah, there was some elevation there.
Yeah. I started my watch 10 minutes late, so my numbers are slightly less accurate.
Yeah, well, I started mine right there at that. Oops. Oh, that's...
It's just a rock.
Well, what also, the trash is in that plastic thing. It's going to make crackling sound.
Yeah, crackling, that one.
But that plastic thing is
thing.
actually clean. Oh, I didn't put the navigation in?
You did it on your phone. See, Don got all that trash back there, but I mean, literally out here in the country, that's just what it looks like everywhere.
Yeah, wherever there's a stop sign,
people really just throw it out. I don't understand. Well, it's not ever going to get that way on the road by the house as long as I'm breathing and I can walk. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
So we're headed over near the Falls of the Neuse Trail.
Yeah.
The Riverwalk, the big trail that runs through town and goes all the way to the coast, off Meow Plantation Road, Bailey and Celia Williamson Preserve. We have not walked this specific trail, but we've been in this area on the unicycle and the bikes and stuff before.
It's Model Y, I think.
It was a Y or a 3 out here coming up at the four-way stop that Jules almost ran.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dawn and I are convinced she was going to run the stop sign, so Dawn braked. We don't know why she didn't see it. It was on both sides of the street.
Yeah, and it wasn't a new stop sign like, oh, well, they just put that up last week. No.
No, we don't know.
Yeah.
Dawn didn't wait to see if she would emergency stop in the middle of the intersection. He just applied the brake.
I had to brake pretty aggressively.
Yeah, you did. Oh, that was pretty.
Yeah, it was.
Sorry. The other side, the part you guys couldn't see, there was a small dam and a little waterfall on the other side of the street, but you got to look at Dawn.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
That house, you're going to miss it, but it was really pretty up in there.
Wow.
Wow.
She actually backed up. She stopped and went backwards. I swear.
Well, we made the right turn, and she did it just fine. And then she got over immediately, and Dawn's like, "What you doing? What you doing?" Oh, we're supposed to turn left right at that road there. So it's some combination of Dawn's keeping her straight and she's keeping him straight.
Yep, I agree.
The two of them maybe together. They're driving for there.
We're heading in a general direction together.
Yeah, just recording here for a minute so y'all can see the amount of trash along the side of the road, although, you know, it's hit or miss in various spots, but it's been really, really bad in some spots today. And I don't know, it makes me ashamed to be a North Carolinian.
Yeah.
Ashamed to be an American. I just don't understand. My father, if he'd have seen me throw down so much as a bubblegum wrapper, he never hit me, but I would have had some fear put in me about my behavior. Where it's bad, it's really bad.
Yeah, it's like trash begets more trash. Whenever there's a few pieces, I mean, there's, oh, it's okay to throw it here because that's, you know, this is where everybody throws it. So that.
No.
Well, no, I'm telling you, that's their logic. I didn't say it was valid.
I guess probably they throw it down when they get home at the house and don't care about it out there in their own yard either, I guess. I mean,
I don't know. I've never been particularly known as a litterer, so I picked up a lot of litter, but I've not been one to throw it down, so I don't really know what the logic applies to it.
I don't know if y'all are seeing it. I'm going to point down at the ground over here and see all the trash.
Oh, it's coming up here even more? Yeah,
I mean, what? I don't understand. I'm ashamed. I mean, they say some of the trash is dump truck or comes off the garbage trucks, yeah, but number one, I've seen plenty of alcohol bottles, and the garbage truck is not selectively dropping alcohol. And then right, and then number two, you know, let's fix the garbage truck. I don't know. It looks post-apocalyptic, and we haven't had an EMP yet. So, this Sarah Williamson Nature Preserve, there's where you're supposed to park, and it's right on the very bumpy part of the dirt road, but for some reason the trails are closed. Why would that be?
Well, this is, there is a walking trail, but this is a mountain bike trail. And mountain bikes, they don't like them to go on the trail when they're wet.
They mess them up.
So this is a bike as much as a walking trail.
Okay, well, it's right next to that pretty church. The pretty church is there.
Right.
All right. Well, it's less bump if we turn around and go back the way we came, because it's really bumpy. Right. So we're here at the Neuse River Trail. Last time we were here, I was on my bike.
Electric bike.
My electric bike, and you were on your unicycle. Today we'll just have to rough it and walk. Don's got on his Yates Mill shirt now that you can see it. That's all the diagram of the inside of the mill. Anything on the front, it just says Yates Mill and Associates.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have 30 minutes out, 30 minutes back. We need to be in the car. Don's got an alarm set, so we'll turn around appropriate, assuming that we go out and back at the same speed. I don't think there's elevation here that's gonna make us be huffing on the way back or anything.
Walk up to the bridge.
Right, there's a pretty bridge here, metal bridge. Don and I have studied it before. Yeah. Serious frog noise. Where's your weight vest? I've got on my backpack. Here, show them. I got on my backpack.
Yeah, she does.
It doesn't weigh 10 pounds like the usual backpack, but...
Weighs a couple pounds.
I feel it back there.
Yeah.
There's the biggish bridge. It's kind of interesting. Vinyl fence, wood bridge, metal bridge. Well, that is the Neuse River.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous day. It was like 66 when we got out of the car and still warming.
Yeah.
I think our high was supposed to be 74. That wouldn't be a shocker.
Yeah. Plus the sun's still pretty strong.
Yeah, I got on my hat. Well, that was a very enjoyable second walk today. You can see the Greenway Trail here runs just outside the fence. This is in the vicinity of where they used to plant the sunflowers for the city of Raleigh before they moved them over to Dorothea Dix.
Yeah.
The very first time we came with Ruby, they were over here.
Yeah.
So while we head back into Fuquay here, we've got Johnny now. I'm catching up on the news and I see Tesla and/or the White House announced Tesla opening up some of its supercharger network in America. And if you watch Kyle's The Top 10 EVs I Recommend video this week, he said, I'm hearing it's coming pretty soon. I think we all knew it was coming pretty soon. Certainly agree with him on that. It's been, Elon talked to the White House a couple weeks ago, and there's been speculation about it for some time. So Don and I have said before that we're positive on this and for multiple reasons. If I have to wait some time at a supercharger, I'm not going to have a meltdown over it. If I see somebody with their brand new Mach-E, I'm going to go over and say hello to them just like I would chat with other EV drivers at the supercharger network. I don't expect to never wait. I expect Tesla's gonna charge a lucrative amount for the out-of-network cars. It's already charging a lucrative amount for the in-network cars that don't have free supercharging, so it's all good. The only thing there were two things in the Teslarati article that I read that upset me a little bit. One, it says that Tesla's been reluctant to open the network, or they've been stalling, or implied they were stalling. Well, how about we say that we finally have enough supercharger saturation in, say, I don't know, 85% of the United States, so that people won't be waiting and users of all EVs will be happy at the networks we're going to open up. I mean, I don't assume that they were stalling, dragging their feet. How about they were building out the network as fast as they possibly could? Sure seemed that way to me. And now they think they can handle it without degrading the service for the owners that they built the network for in the first place. And then the other thing is, don't let me hear somebody say that it's about time the government made Tesla open up their network that Tesla built. That will make me upset. That will cause me to be mouthy. But I'm very positive on them doing it. It certainly helps to fulfill the mission that Elon said all along. It's going to be a moneymaker for Tesla, and all money is welcome to help continue to fulfill the mission and the goals of the company. So it did say 7,500 piles by the end of 2024 or something. So don't expect it's all going to be turned over on tomorrow and everyone will be charging happily ever after. And I don't know that there were no specifics I saw in this particular article about how they were going to make it work with cars that have charging ports not in places conducive to the Tesla pillar, pedestal, although I think we've seen a couple of hints lately about some pretty clever solutions and how that might be handled. So anyway, if you've got thoughts and opinions, please by all means share it. Hopefully this will be positive and the White House can have whatever spin they think they need to put on it to come off sounding like they're, you know, doing good, and Tesla will also have whatever they need to say that they come across sounding like they're doing good, and everyone will be happy. I know everyone is never going to be happy, but you know what I mean. You want to add anything?
Well, I guess all I'm saying is that obviously there is some kind of incentive being given to install EV chargers. So I'm sure that Tesla will have access to that incentive now. But you know, as a taxpayer, as a Tesla stockholder, sure, if you can get the government to pay for it, sounds great. But really, just as a taxpayer, I would say at least the money, the incentive that the government gives Tesla, at least they're going to get something for the money. Because I am not convinced if they give, let's say, Electrify America or EVgo or any other charging network the same incentive, that they'll get anything for the money. There'll be a thing installed, it'll never work or only work a couple times or won't work reliably. At least the money they give Tesla, you can pretty much count on it's going to work.
I agree. I think it's reliable.
Well, yeah,
maintained.
Well, the worst thing is to think that you've found a charger and you pull up to it and it doesn't work, and you have no charge. You put all your eggs in one basket, and that's
right.
got to be. I mean, you just pack it up at that point.
Right. Well, I had to pat you up on the shoulder back to, was it right before we got Ruby or right after we got Ruby, when we went to that meeting up in RTP about Electrify America? It was very early on in the videos, or right for the videos. You know, Don had concerns about the motivations behind that whole settlement and how that was going to work. And I have to say that pretty much every concern you ever had, unfortunately, came to fruition.
Yeah.
And there was a line in the Tesla article about Tesla doubling its supercharger network. I can't even, I mean, it, yeah, my lifetime, I guess I thought the superchargers in America would double again, but
well, you know,
that's a lot more chargers, people. Do you have any idea? What was it last night on Now You Know? They've started saying how many are in the state when the new superchargers come up. I hadn't been paying that close attention. Honestly, it's like, okay, there's another supercharger location review that I'm not going to. Hi, Model X. And I hadn't been paying that close of attention, but I think for North Carolina, the number last night was 51.
Yeah.
It was like locations. Yeah. It was like, really? Is it that many? I mean, I can remember the last time I counted, like within the year, it was 38 or something. So that many, and I realize Asheville has 4 now, but they are distinct, you know, they are that different installations. Anyway, that just boggles the mind. I mean, there was North Raleigh, and there was Mallard Creek Church Road, and there was Warsaw. Yeah. Or so, I mean, actually there was Warsaw and maybe Mallard Creek. There was, I mean, I can't remember when you could count them on one hand.
That's right.
So if they're really thinking they're going to build it out, I mean, I think they're poised to do that. If you told Elon you need to double the supercharger network again in the United States by the end of 2024, I mean, permitting and working with the utility company, maybe that slows things down a little bit as far as dropping in the slabs and knowing how to do this and building up the equipment is probably, I mean, I wouldn't bet against Elon. I wouldn't bet against him. Yeah, so they've got a new pole right to Don's left right now, and then up further. I'm thinking they raised the height of the cables some. I don't know what specifically caused, because it seems like they just put them back in the same location where they were, but whatever they needed to do, if it makes our power at our house more reliable and secure, because sometimes at least our power comes down through those poles, that would be good. That would be good. So
I think it's safe to say no.
A girl can hope.
They needed more power to get there for that church. It's going to be have a significant amount of electricity used by that church. It's going to be all 3-phase.
Okay. So that's why they're just bringing more power in on the pole poles. So they upgraded the pole.
That is correct.
Okay, but it still could. It could possibly be more secure. That was my phone. Fell into the back seat, slid. My phone is several times today has gone flying into the back of the car. It's a little after 5 and I just put St. Louis ribs in the oven and I'm out here spending some time with my kitties. I had to run back into town after we got home and attend to a couple of things, and I haven't stopped all day. Literally, it's been 12 hours straight now, so I'm tired and I have a little bit of a headache for whatever reason. But I've got St. Louis pork ribs in the oven, and that's almost like not cooking because they just cook themselves and I don't really have to do anything. And Don cuts them up for me. He actually uses the silicone cover for his coffee cup to hold the rib while he cuts it, so he doesn't burn his fingers, and he doesn't let me burn my fingers, which is good. And then we just wash that silicone little cover back off. So that's another thing that it's good for besides just keeping your coffee warm. Where did you guys go? Hi. I wanted you to know that I had ordered this one, some salmon fish oil that has 25,000 recommendations on Amazon for skin stuff, trying to get his little skin to grow back in. Now, he had the full blood work a year ago and was good, and he had this thinning hair in the winter before, and then it comes back in all nice and everything. But I thought, well, maybe a little bit of fish oil because he's so itchy, and you know, he's got a little thinning. I think it'll come back. I think it's good. I think he's fine. If she wants to run the blood work again when I take him for his yearly, I'll probably approve that because we want to make sure, you know, Tux is doing good. But I don't think it's serious. But you'll be happy to know that I put a little bit on some chicken and he ate all of it. He thought it was great. He loved it. I mean, I would be surprised if a cat didn't like fish tasting something right. But anyway, I wanted you to know I had started that for him, and we'll give it a few weeks, a month, and hopefully he'll be looking, his fur will have filled in. I mean, it doesn't really bother him any that it's a little thin over there. It's not like, you know, he doesn't like being petted or anything. Do you, bud? Do you? Marty, when I saw Zach this morning at the nursery at the farm, he smelled you on my sneakers. Where are you going, buddy? I was going to give you some more attention. Aw.